brief introduction on how to enter and graph data in the TI-84 calculator. There are basically 3 steps. First step is you enter your data using the stat edit, and I'll show you where all these are in a second. Next, you select your graph style. What would you like your graph to look like? And to do that, you hit the second button and the y equals. And then the third is you set the window so you can figure out what frame you'd like your graph to be in. So I'll show you how to enter that data right now. For right now, I'm just going to enter one set of data, just so you can see what it looks like when you just have one set of data. So to do this, you go, as the directions say, you enter stat and then edit. And as you can see, there's a set of data already in here. This may be from another experiment or something, or another problem that you've tried. So I will get up, highlight to get rid of this data, highlight this L1, or highlight the top one, no matter which thing you're in. Highlight the L1, then hit clear and enter, and you can see the data is entered. Then to enter the data, you just simply enter in the data one at a time. Okay. If you accidentally hit too many data points, for example, if I entered in a 25, then you can go up and highlight that element and delete it. If you've made a mistake in a row, let's say I accidentally entered 99 in there, I could just go up to that element and just clear it and type in what I want it to be. So that's an easy way to edit the data. Right? So I have the data entered. I have my whole set of data that I have over here. It's entered. So now the next thing I want to do is I want to decide what kind of graph style. This is only one set of data. So the TI-84 does two types. So let's see what those types are. First, to get to that menu, you go to second, y equals. Choose which, you can choose up to 4 plots or 5 plots, I can't remember. Yeah, 4 plots is what you can choose. You can put 4 plots on any one screen. Usually you'll just do 1 plot. So anyways, this one, turn on to enter, get in there, hit number 1, and then if it's off, if this is highlighted, then you can highlight on and hit enter, and that will enter that. And then choose your graph style. Since, as I said, there's only one set of data, there's only one set here, the 84 can do 3 types of sets of graphs. The histogram, the modified box and whisker plot, this one shows outliers if there are any, and a box and whisker plot. Those are three types of graphs that you can use for single sets of data. By far the easiest one for us right now is a box plot. I'll do histograms in another video, and I will do just a regular box plot. Okay, so you hit enter and highlight there. You'll notice that when it was up on the scatter plot, down here there were 2 choices, an X list and a Y list. But as soon as I changed to box plot, it only has 1 choice. In another set of videos, I'll explain what the frequency is, but you don't need that for right now because it's just one set of data here. All right, so I choose that. Now, which set of my data am I graphing? For this one, I'm graphing L1, okay? Because that's what I put this data into. I put this data into L1. So I will graph the X list, which is L1. If you want to change to a different graph, let's say I graph L2, then you can change second. And if you look down here, there's L1, L2, L3, L4, L5, L6. So you can choose your list there. So I could say graph list 2. For this one, I would just like to do second L1, and that gives me the list. The last step really, to graph the data. To graph the data, hit zoom stat. So over here in the zoom button right here. Oops. And if you go down, zoom stat is always number 9. If you do this a bunch of times, you can just type in the 9 right there, and that will automatically zoom stat. As soon as I hit this, it will graph the graph. It'll display the graph. Next thing you can do is if you need to find out what the data represent, you can hit trace, and you can go between, this is, a box plot is basically a 5-number summary. So you can see over here is the min is 2, and you can see that here. The lower quartile is 3.5, which is the average of these two. The median is 7, which is this number. Q3 is 10, which is the average of these, the average of these two. And then the max is 11, which is the average, which is this number right here. Okay, so that's plotting 2 sets of data, or 1 set of data. What I'd like to do now is enter in the other set of data. Hit stat, edit again. This time I'll put my data in L2, and I entered exactly the same as I just did. All right. In the same step 2, there are 3 very easy sets. You have to tell your calculator what you want to graph. You have to tell it how you want to graph it, and then you have to tell it what you want it to look like and what window you'd like it to be. So if you can remember those 3 steps, this is all very easy. So I've just entered this set of data. The next thing I need to do, choose my graph style. So to do that, hit second y equals. Go to plot 1. You can do plot 2 also, that doesn't matter. Go to, we'll do a scatter plot for this one, hit enter, that highlights the enter. Notice now, it's choosing 2 lists. X list is here. Y list was my Y variable. Make sure you get your dependent and independent variables graphed in there correctly. Again, you can change the numbers here using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, any of those to choose. The last thing down here is a mark. That tells you what the points will look like. So if it's on this, that means each point will have a little square to represent the point. If you do the next one, it'll choose a cross for each data point. Usually, that's if you have 2 graphs on the same window, that you want to be able to see that there's a difference between the 2 graphs. So for this one, I'm just going to leave it on the square because that's the normal one. Then again, zoom, and I'm not going to scroll down this time because I just remembered zoom 9. And then you have the data that's all lined up, and we can look about a different type of analysis in another video. Okay, so that's how you enter data and how you graph the data on the TI-84 calculator. Thank you.